as the homework for this task. So today I'm going to start saying that, talking about the economic conditions, for me, in my opinion, and within my family, it's easier for us to prepare food at home. Like, we don't really eat out or things like that because it's cheaper to prepare our own food and to have the food at home instead of buying it in some restaurants, like in an everyday basis, because once in a while it's good to go to a restaurant, so we do it on the weekends, but from Monday to Friday we try to make our own food at home. Talking about transportation, how food is available in our city here in Cañar, I would like to say, and I would like to mention that we have our own fields. Like, the food is grown here. Like, many people who work the field cultivate and grow the food so that we have it available in markets. And it's also important to mention that we have the food available at very low prices, so we don't really pay that much for our own food, and the food is very healthy because people here tend to grow the food like without that many pesticides and things like that. Regarding the scientific research, we don't really mind, my family and I don't really mind, like, looking forward to finding out what research schools say, but we see how food is grown here in Cañar, so we don't really care what the scientific field has to say about the food, because we're very sure that what we eat is healthy and naturally grown. And talking about advertising, it's important to mention that since I was raised in the United States, and I got married there, so my husband and I met over there. We have like different tastes in food. So when it comes to advertising, yes, we totally take like the new restaurant that's on trend to try to eat new food and to go to a different place. So once in a while, we do take the advice of advertisement to find new and interesting places where we can eat. And talking about work culture, since I've lived in the United States, and most likely I lived close to people from Spain, from Portugal, and from Brazil. So we do have a mix of food here. We don't really do that much of Ecuadorian food alone, but we try to create new and different ways, new and different dishes with the culinary arts that we've learned in many other places, or like, let's say in this case, the United States, which is where I grew up and where we lived. So we have a different kind of food flavors in our dishes. And changing the workforce. I am a full-time worker, so I have two jobs actually. I work in the morning in the school where I teach English, and I also work in the afternoon in my studio where I also teach English. And that has forced us as family to try to find new and interesting ways in which we can make our own food, and that has meant that my husband helps me out with preparing the food. So he usually makes the lunch for like the whole family, and I usually make dinner, and the girls wash the dishes. So it's like a whole thing, like we work like a family, like a family force, in where everybody helps out, and it's not a single person's occupation to make the food for the family. So in this case, we all together make the things, and we all together try to make the best for our family. Eating has changed according to how time has done it so far. So it's important to know and to mention that this is not a women task. Beyond that, it's an everybody's task, because we should raise our kids to be helpful and to know that it is not something that just women have to make, but beyond that, that everybody has to help. Thank you very much. Have a good day.